Alright, let's dive into this. Imagine being a jury member in a murder trial where one of the key witnesses is a married doctor granted anonymity, codenamed Dr. A, because he had a suspiciously close relationship with the accused. Now imagine that Doctor dies before the trial concludes, and suddenly, the debate over his anonymity reignites. That's the twisted story of Lucy Letby and the man she allegedly manipulated to the point of creating fake medical emergencies. But here's the kicker: why are we even still talking about this? Let's unpack this madness. First off, let me be clear, Lucy Letby is serving a life sentence for murdering 7 babies and trying to kill 7 more. That's not up for debate. But the subplot involving Dr. A? That's where things get uncomfortably human. The Sun reported this guy was allegedly infatuated with Letby, despite being married. Prosecutors claimed she orchestrated crises to get him to respond, which sounds like a Lifetime movie plot. But here's what fascinates me: why did the court grant him anonymity in the first place? Was it to protect his reputation? His family? Or was it a tacit admission that the system failed to see how deeply he was entangled in this tragedy? Personally, I think the anonymity angle reeks of institutional panic. Let's face it, this doctor wasn't just a bystander. He was a central figure in Letby's alleged scheme. The fact that they exchanged 1,300 messages and took weekend trips to London screams a conflict of interest, yet he still testified against her. In my opinion, this isn't just about one nurse's alleged crimes, it's a window into how power dynamics in hospitals can warp judgment. What happens when a medical professional becomes emotionally compromised? The Thirlwall inquiry called him misled and manipulated, but isn't that a cop-out? If you're a grown adult, married no less, shouldn't you be held accountable for how your relationship impacts patient safety? Now, the doctor's recent death has MPs like David Davis speculating that his anonymity might be lifted if Letby gets a retrial. Wait, hold up, why would a retrial even be on the table? Letby's conviction was upheld after a 10-month trial with mountains of evidence. This isn't some shaky case. But Davis's comments make me wonder, is this about justice or political theatre? Tories pushing to unmask a deceased witness? Sounds more like grandstanding than genuine legal necessity. What many people don't realize is that anonymity orders typically expire when someone dies. So why the hesitation here? Could it be the hospital's reputation? The medical board's liability? Or maybe the doctor's family wants to preserve his legacy? That's the deeper question: how do we balance transparency and justice with posthumous privacy? Let's not forget Letby's own defense. She insists she and Dr. A were trusted friends. Please? If a trusted friend created medical emergencies to get your attention, I'd say your social circle has serious issues. The prosecution's argument that she weaponized his affection feels almost too Shakespearean, Othello, but in a neonatal ward. But here's the irony: her supporters turned on the doctor for admitting he might have been manipulated. Why? Because in their minds, any criticism of Letby must be a lie. That's the danger of online true crime fandom: people pick sides like it's a wrestling match, ignoring nuance. From my perspective, this case exposes a disturbing trend: the way public opinion gets twisted by sensationalism, turning complex tragedies into binary innocent or guilty memes. So where does this leave us? With a dead witness, a convicted nurse, and a system that seems more focused on damage control than truth. One thing that stands out is how easily institutions protect their own. The doctor's anonymity, the hospital's initial cover-up attempts, this isn't about Letby alone. It's about a culture that prioritizes reputations over accountability. This raises a deeper question: how many other cases involve compromised professionals who never face scrutiny because they are victims of manipulation? If Letby's retrial ever happens, unmasking Dr. A might reveal uncomfortable truths about who else looked the other way. Final thought: we're obsessed with monsters like Letby, but the real horror might be the systems that enable them. So next time you hear about a high-profile trial, ask yourself, who's hiding in the shadows, and why?